sun with a blue moon in your eye. Woke up early morning. Woke up early morning.
Tradition.
Good afternoon, Debbie Supply.
Pride.
Nice day.
Heritage.
This is the best part of the sauce. The meat that it gets its flavor from.
All these qualities lead to a foundation and a recipe for success. Not necessarily a foundation made of a structure, but one based on family roots and tradition, centered around the kitchen and food. That family foundation is what makes this unassuming hardware store in a strip mall in East Rochester, New York, one of the most successful stories we have in the Bostwick Braun family. That store is Debbie Supply and Pro Hardware, and the recipient of our 2015 Retailer of the Year.
I do this every day, and like I told you, I live this. This isn't my job, this is my hobby, this is my life.
In the spirit of being a true independent business owner, Mark Barbero carries on a tradition by following his family's recipe for success: value, selection, community, and customer service.
No, go get the duct tape. Go on.
With that recipe, this store has thrived and grown to the one-stop shop that it is today, truly entrenched and embraced by the community that surrounds it.
We're an asset. I hate to pat myself on the back, but when it comes to the depth of our inventory and the ability to actually have 100% of what you need to finish the job, or maybe that one odd part that nobody else had it, we're the destination.
I'm here with it. No. All right.
Opened in 1957, this store has evolved from what started out as a plumbing wholesale supplier by his father, Frank Barbero, and his brother-in-law, Dom Sorge.
1956. My dad is a blacksmith in car shops building railroad cars. My uncle is a plumber, and my uncle, who was the plumber, was always complaining that anytime he needed parts, he had to drive all the way into the city of Rochester. My dad at the time, you know, had a decent job, but wasn't averse to making a change. And he actually started working with my uncle as a plumber. And then they said, you know what, we're sick of looking for these parts. Let's just open a store.
As the business grew, Mark was brought in when he was strong enough to help unload trucks. Then he was restocking shelves as needed, before eventually serving the customers. But before he could take the next step in his career, he went and attended St. John Fisher College. There, he thought about other opportunities, but the family business was calling him back.
After my first semester of St. John Fisher, I knew for a fact that this was where I was going to hopefully spend the rest of my working career.
Following his college graduation, a dream came true.
I graduated from St. John Fisher College in 1983. My dad, within 6 months, basically shook my hand and said, I'm out of here. It's yours. Do what you got to do. The good news is, after working with him so closely for so long, I was ready.
After taking ownership, Mark continued to evolve and shape the core categories: electrical, heating supplies, tools, paint, basic hardware, and of course, more plumbing to support the local demand.
This is a lot of the stuff that people would say kind of differentiates us. Stuff like this is pretty common to a lot of hardware stores, but stuff like this and maybe this, you won't find at a lot of places.
The store continued to add and expand more categories to coincide with the growing customer base. One such area is their heating and duct department, which is a market Mark feels he owns over the box retailers.
I tell customers when they come in, look, if you want to walk into the door and tell the cashier what you want and never move, we can get you in and out of here in 5 minutes, all right? Try to do that at the box store. It's going to take you 10 minutes to get to the aisle, another 5 to get a guy who's going to tell you he's not the right guy, and you're lucky if you're out of the place in 20 minutes. Where here, my guys, even though you're given a goofy description, it's not really the name of what it is you're looking for. They know what it is you're looking for. Wait right there. We run, we grab it, we can get you in and out of the store. And if you don't want to just get in and out of the store, that's fine too. We're very personable.
Another strong Barbero family tradition Pro Hardware. The store has been a Pro member since 1962 and actively participates in many Pro-supported programs. Some 20 years ago, they started branding more aggressively with Pro, adding in-store and exterior signage.
When Home Depot and Lowe's started to move into the market, I really felt that putting the Pro emblem out there made us look like one of the big guys. And in fact, it did.
The Pro Circular program has also been a large part of the store's success, getting their story out to their community with 10 events a year, which translates to over 100,000 pieces being distributed.
With the Pro program, with the circulars, tied in with the signage, your store kind of feels a little more important, maybe a little more powerful.
Now that we're doing the flexing, we do the front cover with our sales rep. He does a great job helping us out. Flex maybe 3-4 different items. We can bring in our own thing. And I think making it more personalized to who we are.
Originally a Pro member with RKB, and when it came time to choose another distributor, they decided on Bostwick Braun.
I have a wonderful relationship with Bostwick Braun. We really kind of, I think, built a brotherhood. It's just a wonderful partnership. I like to look at it as much as a partnership as a buy-sell relationship. And then we elected to stay with the Pro logo and switched it over to Bostwick, and now I can't leave the logo. I got it tattooed on me now.
As if running a successful business isn't enough, Mark's legacy can be what he does for his community, as far as charitable contributions and involvement.
I grew up in East Rochester, and our store is in East Rochester, so long and the short, if your organization has a 14445 zip code and you ask for a donation, you're going to get it. We just try to be the good neighbor.
As anyone can understand, this is why Debbie Supply and Pro Hardware is the recipient of the Bostwick Braun 2015 Pro Retailer of the Year.
It really means a great deal because, I do this every day, and like I told you, I live this. This isn't my job, this is my hobby, this is my life. To have somebody come to me and say, hey, you know what, you're the best, that means a lot.
Debbie Supply is also the national recipient of the 2016 Paul L. Cosgrave Award from Pro Group.
It's been a whirlwind, actually, taking it from my dad as a plumber to being in the retail business. Worked great with my mom and dad, got to be with them day in and day out. I really so wish one or both of them could be here to see this, because this would be outstanding for them. I'm just very grateful that I'm receiving this award. It took a lot of work, but like I've told you guys a couple of times today, if you love what you're doing, you never have to work.
How did things ever get so far? I don't know.
Hello from Debbie Supply and Pro Hardware.